What's up, Willowbrook? Today we're in Judges chapter 7. And in the beginning of this chapter, we read that Gideon puts together an army of 32,000 men. But God says, that's too many, and ultimately narrows it down from 32,000 all the way down to 300. Now, if you read in chapter 8, you'll find that the Midianites had 135,000 men in their army. So 135,000 to Israel's 300. The odds are stacked against Israel, right? And it seems like a terrible military strategy. But God didn't want the men in Israel to claim the victory as theirs. God wanted to prove that the victory belongs to Him and Him alone. So as we continue to read this chapter, we see that Gideon is afraid, but ultimately he follows where God leads and he's obedient. And something crazy happens. The Midianites turn on one another, and the victory is God's. Now, I love this chapter because it reminds me that God uses weak and seemingly insignificant people to do great things. I know I've experienced this in my own life. Naturally, I'm an introvert, and I remember being 16 years old and being shy and praying this prayer. I said, God, you can call me to do anything you want, but just please don't call me to speak in front of people or sing in front of people. And God called me into doing what I'm doing now, into the ministry, and I was terrified at the thought of that. But I followed where God led, and since then, I've seen God's power in my weakness. Now, if you're watching this and you feel weak, or you feel inadequate, or you don't feel prepared, I think that that's good news. Because that means you're precisely the type of person that God can use. And oftentimes God calls us into these things and they're so much bigger than ourselves, and it's scary. I want to let you know that it's okay to be afraid. Gideon was afraid. I was afraid. But what's not okay is to give into that fear. We have to be obedient and follow where God leads. But here's the thing, when we follow where God leads, we will see firsthand God's strength in the midst of our weakness. I hope that's encouraging to you today. We'll see you guys next time. God bless you.